Today I want to show you how to make a really quick and easy tissue holder. Hi, I'm Kim Jamieson-Hirst of Chatterbox Quilts. Now if you're like me, you carry Kleenex with you all the time, and I want to show you how to make a little holder so you can have that Kleenex in a very stylish container. It also makes it easy to find in your purse. This is also a great gift item, and as I'm coming up to do some traveling myself, I'm sure I'm going to have a few of these probably in my backpack, probably my purse, maybe even an extra one in my luggage just in case I misplace the other two. So let's get to it. What do you need to make this fun and easy project? Well, it might not be so much fun, but if you use fun fabrics, it's going to be fun, right? Okay, so you need 2 pieces of fabric, very simple, and one piece is going to be 6 inches by 8 inches, and one piece is going to be 6 inches square. Next thing you need to do is you want to put them together right sides together. Now, you can see that they're not the same size. Well, you probably gathered that when I told you the sizes, but you can see it looks a little strange. Don't worry, it's all going to work out just fine. So what you want to do is you want to put these 2 pieces together, and you're going to line up the side raw edge on one side, and then you're going to line up the other side, and you're actually going to stitch them. Now you can pin these. You're going to need to either pin them, or I like to use my seam-align glue. If you don't know what this is, I put a link in the description below to a video. You can also see it up above about this product and why I like to use it. So you just need a few little dots along here to keep this side together, and I'm going to line that up as evenly as I can. I guess I can take the little sample out of the way there because we don't want to glue it together, do we? And we need some heat to activate the seam-align glue. And once that's done, then I can go to the other side. I'm going to do the same thing, but as I said, you can pin if you like to do that. That'll work just fine as well. I like to use the seam-align glue because I don't have to worry about sticking myself as I sometimes do with pins. Okay, so we're going to put that together as well, and then it will be ready for me to stitch it down the sides. So I'm going to go with the machine and do that, and the one thing I want to mention to you when you're doing this is that you want to back stitch at the beginning and the end of your stitches on both sides. Okay, I'm off the machine to do that, and I'll show you what it looks like when I come back. All right, so this is what you get when you have finished stitching those sides together, okay? I know it looks a little strange, don't worry, we'll fix that. But before we do anything else, let's press our seams, shall we? Always a good idea. So I'm going to give that a press to set the thread down in there. And then I want to press this to one side. Doesn't really matter which way I go. I'm going to press it to this side, to that smaller piece of fabric. Just trying to get the seam down. I'm going to put some Easy Press solution on here. Make it lie nice and flat. If you don't know what Easy Press solution is, what I always use when I'm pressing, you can check below because I have a link to that product in the description. All right, let's do the other side as well. Just move that in. Pull it gently out there. Trying to avoid getting my iron on my seam-align glue pen, I mean the Easy Press pen. Don't want to do that, do I? All right, let's get some more here. We'll get the seams nice and flat because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this right side out. It's really important to do that at this stage of the process. If you don't, you get an inside-out tissue holder. Ask me how I know. Okay, so there we go. We got our seams down. Let's turn it right sides out. All right, does it look any different? Not much, except we have finished seams here. So the next thing you want to do is you want to line up these edges. So I'm lining up the top and bottom of my fabric, and I'm also taking a look at the amount of fabric that's showing on each side, which I want to be relatively even, okay? You can probably eyeball this if you want to measure it. You certainly can, but I think you can eyeball it, and that's going to be good. Let's just give that a little bit of a press to hold it down. All right, the next thing I want to do is I want to bring these sides into the center, and make it easy for me to do that. I'm going to fold it right in half and I'm going to press the center. Okay, just give it a bit of a press just for a guideline. Alrighty, so now we've got a guideline. We can now take our sides and bring them up to that guideline on both sides here. Okay, and then I'm going to give it another little press here just to keep it in place. So again, if you want to use some pins here to hold it in place, you can. If you want to be daring like I'm going to be, you don't have to do that. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to go back to the sewing machine, and I'm going to stitch down both sides here. Again, you want to make sure that you have locked your stitches at both the beginning and end. So I'll go do that, and then I'll come back and show you the final result. Okay, so now I've finished doing that stitching, which is the final stitching. Next thing I want to do is I want to cut off a little bit of excess fabric on the corner. So carefully, without going through the stitching, cut off just a little bit of fabric on each of those corners. So just take your time doing that because there's only a 1/4 inch to play with there, right? Very easy to actually get in there and cut your stitches. All right, so we got those all off there, and now comes the big reveal. And this is when I keep my fingers crossed and go, did I do everything right? Okay, let's turn it right side out now. And what you saw as the outside, the bigger piece, now becomes the lining or the inside and the trim. So you have a little bit of trim on here, so a little bit of decorative look. And then you want to press out the little corners there. If you need to, you can use a point turner, or that purple thing is what I often use, but this is working quite well. And there we go. So you can see your little trim there and your nice lining, and you've got the other fabric here. And if you want to give it just one more little press to make it lie down nice and flat, you can do that. So now what you've got is the little tissue holder all ready for gift giving or to use yourself when you're traveling. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and be sure to share it with your quilting friends. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll be notified the next time I release a new video. And before you go, check out these other videos I've chosen just for you. If you'd like more helpful quilting information, please go to my website at www.chatterboxquilts.com.